So, it's a beautiful sunset. Let's go find Sunset Lady for the Afterglow Show. Well, hello, Sunset Lady.
Well, hello there, Alec Whittier.
What is on your mind?
Well, tomorrow is National Candy Day.
That should have been for Halloween, shouldn't it?
Well, I think maybe they're saying all the kids, you're supposed to inspect your children's candy, so maybe you have to lay it all out and make sure everything's right for the kids. And it follows the next one is Use Your Common Sense Day. So you have to make sure the candy's, it's a sad thing to say, but you do. And
We should be checking kids' candy every day.
yeah, and tomorrow.
And not 3 days after Halloween.
Yeah, and tomorrow is National Easy Bake Oven Day. And today is National Sandwich Day and Smart Home Day. I don't know if I want a home that's smarter than I am. That could be a problem. But it's also Cliche Day. Now, just for laughs, I looked up on the internet all the cliches. Well, I don't have all of them, but I found 18 of them. And I'm going to read those and put a 1 in the chat if you think there's one that applies to you. Okay, here's the first one is read between the lines. Play your cards right. It's an uphill battle. Better safe than sorry. You can't judge a book by its cover. Bring to the table. Low-hanging fruit. The grass is always greener in the other fellow's yard. A bad egg. A bed of roses. A bee in your bonnet. A bird in the hand is worth 2 birds in the bush. A blast from the past. A bolt from the blue. A bull in a china shop. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And a chip off the old block.
Now, isn't it kind of cliche to read a list of cliches?
Pardon?
I just made my own up.
Oh, there you go. Add that to the list. Well, there's 50 million more, but we don't have time to do them all. But I thought, well, that's interesting.
Very cliche.
I think my life is led with cliches. They all come to mind. Okay. Now for famous birthdays. In 1921, Charles Bronson, actor. He was in Magnificent Seven and The Dirty Dozen. And also in 1953, Kate Capshaw, actress, and she's a portrait painter, like myself. Only she's better than I am. She's got things in Washington in all these museums. And her husband is Steven Spielberg. Well, she also was in the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in 1984, and I think that's where she met her husband.
I would say correct on that one.
Yeah, that does sound correct. Okay, in 1953, Dennis Miller, stand-up comedian, talk show host, writer, actor, and sportscaster at one point. Now, here we have the sketch for tonight. I forgot to tell you, we have a lot of reading to do tonight.
That's okay. Charles Bronson, he's great. He's done so many movies. World War II, 61st Bombardment Squadron, he was part of that one. Asia Pacific Theater, this is not movies, this is what he was active duty. Awarded Purple Heart. Now we're getting into acting. Hollywood Wall of Fame in 1980. Golden Globe winner in 1972. Appeared in 95 films and 156 TV appearances. That's a lot. Bronson was the most popular American actor in Europe in the 70s. I believe that. That doesn't surprise me at all. Years active 1951 to 1999. And of course, Death Wish, and that's why you left it off there. That was probably one of the big films. That was really, really big. Film series as Dr. Paul Kersey in 2018. Happy birthday to Charles Bronson.
Yep, very good
He's done
actor.
so many movies.
I know.
He's great.
I'm sure there's a million that I've left off the list there.
Well, it would be cliche to make another list today.
Exactly.
You can't use that joke anymore.
I know. Okay, well, we'll do a little bit of history. In 1534, the English Parliament passes the Act of Supremacy, making Henry VIII and all subsequent monarchs the head of the Church of England. I've always heard that mentioned, speaking of cliches, but now I know when it happened and why it happened. Okay, in 1762, Spain acquires Louisiana. Well, that must have been before the Louisiana Purchase by the United States. Okay, in 1783, George Washington, well, we had him yesterday giving his farewell speech. Well, today, the next day, he orders the Continental Army disbanded. There you go. I bet they were all happy to run back home. Okay, in 1911, automobile pioneer Louis Chevrolet enters the automobile market in competition with the Ford Model T. Well, now I know where the Chevrolet name came from. In 1930, the Bank of Italy is renamed to the Bank of America. And the quotes I have tonight are from...
That's funny. It was the Bank of Italy?
Yeah.
That's like, they're famous for, like, you know, the mafia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They owned Bank America?
Well, guess probably who owns America.
1 and 1 plus equals 2. That's another cliche for you.
Oh, the grass is always greener in the other...
I thought the Bank of England owned our stuff. It's Italy, too. That's great.
Yeah. Well, the quotes tonight are from Dennis Miller. He says, "It's ironic that in our culture, everyone's biggest complaint is about not having enough time." I think I'm one of those people. "Yet, nothing terrifies us more than the thought of eternity." And he also said, "Here in Hollywood, you can actually get a marriage license printed on an Etch-a-Sketch."
I believe it.
I think there's some movie stars that probably did that. Zsa Zsa was probably one of them. She had 9 husbands and 9 Etch-a-Sketches. Okay. Well, I like this one. "You've got bad eating habits if you use a grocery cart in the 7-Eleven. You've got limited choices there. Okay. Now he says, "America may be the best country in the world, but that's kind of like being the valedictorian of summer school."
That's funny.
And he said, "You know there's an educational system problem when you realize that out of the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, only one begins with an R."
That's funny.
He did good on that. Oh. All right. Now we go to common sense humor. Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right. Well, what happened when a father asked his son how he did on his exam?
I don't know.
Well, the son replied that when questions were asked that he didn't know, he then wrote answers which they wouldn't know.
That's silly.
Fair play, huh? Did you know that mathematics is 90% common sense?
Yeah.
Well, the other half is intelligence.
That's funny.
Know what common sense is like?
Tell me.
It's like dial-up internet access. It hasn't been used in years.
Dial-up. Poor dial-up.
I know. You know that tingly sensation you get when you like somebody?
Yeah, butterflies in your stomach.
Well, that's just common sense leaving your body.
That's good.
Okay. What is the fear of chainsaws called?
Being a normal person.
Well, it's called common sense.
Yeah, there you go.
And unfortunately, I think I ran out of humor for common sense with those ones. So I moved over to the Easy Bake Oven.
Okay, cool.
Did you know that I started making brownies in my Easy Bake Oven back in 1987?
No.
Well, they're done now. Anyone care to try some?
Yeah, that's right. You have to be very patient.
Remember when your sister cooked with an Easy Bake Oven and they took forever with a 100-watt light bulb?
Yeah.
Well, today they'd take even longer with an LED bulb.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
Know what happened when the inventor of the Easy Bake Oven passed away?
No.
Well, his funeral was held at $3.50 for about 20 minutes.
That's terrible.
I know. I had to.
Cremated.
Yeah.
An easy bake oven. Disgusting.
Which brings us to our dear Chuck Norris. Anyway, the man, the myth, the legend. Well, mastering up all his strength and common sense. I went back to common sense
Okay.
for Chuck. Chuck Norris once took a lie detector test, and the machine confessed everything.
That's good. That's funny, actually. I can see that happening. Awesome. I'll tell you what, a beautiful, beautiful, we had a wave-tastic show there. A lot of waves out there. Very, very beautiful. And the sea oats are dancing here for us as well. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm Alec Whittier signing off. Over to you, Sunset Lady.
Why, thank you, Alec Whittier. And we want to thank all those who have subscribed to our channel and shared these heavenly sunsets and afterglow shows with their family and friends, and hit the like button on their way out. And we'd appreciate a comment under our videos. And sweet dreams as we play our theme song you wrote under Whittier to put on YouTube, called Running Around This Town. And I'll say goodnight for now. Hope to see you tomorrow night, and all the best from Sunset Lady. Before your coffee's even over, I guess that